Assalamu alaikum, मैं हूं Erin Holland, and thank you so much for getting up so early on your Tuesday morning, because what a game we have in store for you today. Here, Advantage Developers presents Game on Hai. Of course, we are building up to the West Indies taking on Afghanistan in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. We're all the way back over in the Caribbean for this morning's clash, and what a clash it is. The last of the group stages in this edition of the tournament. So West Indies taking on Afghanistan, both undefeated in Group C thus far. But what do we have in store for us all the way over in St. Lucia at the great Darren Sammy Stadium? We love him here in Pakistan, and he's had the best conditions so far for batters in this edition of the tournament in St. Lucia. So hopefully a lot of runs on offer, a lot of maximums on offer, and awfully sure we're going to get a wonderful, explosive match of T20 cricket when these two sides compete. Good morning, Roha. It's very early in the morning, but I'm very excited for this particular matchup. I just feel like two sides in form in the tournament. A good-looking pitch, if it's anything to go by the last couple of games. Maximums, fireworks, what do you think?
Well, I just heard a few words that you said, maximums, runs, high-scoring, explosive, and we've missed that so much in this World Cup. But when you talk about a team like West Indies and lately Afghanistan, the way that they have been consistently putting those runs on the board, I think we're in for a high scorer today. Let's hope we get one, because we've really been getting used to seeing those low scoring thrillers, especially the way that it all started in New York and then we saw some rained out matches. So people, I think fans of the T20 format, are really hoping for some runs to be scored, and both these teams are so exciting on paper, and it'll just be a very even contest. That's all I'm in for. I think whoever scores more or scores on the lower side doesn't matter. It has to be a proper game and a proper thriller.
Has to be exciting, and we're due runs, aren't we? So excited to see what St. Lucia tosses up for us today. But I tell you what, doesn't matter what time of the day it is here at Game on Hai, we're tossing up the best of the best in terms of our expert panel. So it's a very good morning to Martin Guptill, all the way from New Zealand, joining us for his very first stint ever in studio. Such a devastating player of white ball cricket with 7 World Cups under his belt, a wealth of experience. Marty, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We've got Mr. Yunus Khan, of course, the man who lifted Pakistan to that trophy in 2009. El Capitan to our expert panel here. He's a wealth of experience and vibe no matter what the morning, what the hour of the morning.
Very, very good early morning.
Yes. That is it. We haven't been to sleep yet, actually, to be perfectly honest, because the games keep coming thick and fast in this T20 World Cup. And of course, we welcome back, rounding out our wonderful expert panel, is the Professor, Mr. Muhammad Hafiz. He's lifted that World Cup trophy, he's tasted glory of the Champions Trophy, and he's here to round out our expert panel and bring the predictions and all of the pizzazz.
And the solutions,
the
as
solutions.
we have said in the
Predictions,
promo.
it's not my take.
I just have the answers. Professor, welcome back.
Thank you.
Big match today. I think this truly is one of the most exciting matches we've had this far in
Save
the tournament.
the best for the last of the group matches.
Absolutely have, Marty. We've got two sides that are undefeated. Yes, we already know where they're going to sit in terms of the Super 8, but in terms of momentum, how important is it to continue that momentum with a big win over another side that you know is in form in this World Cup?
Yeah, I guess in a World Cup, every game you want to play, you're going out there to win. So both sides will be raring to go and wanting to get that fourth win under their belt. But look, it's going to be a good game. Probably two of the form teams in the competition, which is, we haven't had too many high-scoring, cracking games. So we're hoping that the Darren Sammy Stadium can offer that up. We know that St. Lucia can offer some big runs out in the middle. I've played in a few CPL games where they've been high-scoring and exciting and sixes flying everywhere. So we hope for cricket's sake that today we can have one of those games.
यूनिस, आपके क्या थॉट्स है? बार-बार हम लो स्कोरिंग मैचेस देख रहे हैं. आई थिंक अब फैंस भी थोड़ा थक गए हैं. वो कह रहे हैं प्लीज थोड़े छक्के चौके, और उससे बेहतर वेन्यू और बेहतर कंडीशंस क्या हो सकती है?
ऐसे आई होप कि कंडीशन बेहतर हो, बारिश ना हो, और साथ में जो है जो हालात अभी लग रहे हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से तो अच्छा मैच होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये दोनों एक ग्रुप में नहीं है, लेकिन क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं जाके इनको दोबारा आमने सामना होना है, तो दोनों टीमें चाहेंगी, और ख़ासतौर पर अफगानिस्तान की टीम चाहेगी कि यहाँ से वो विन करके जाएं और एक स्टेटमेंट दें, क्योंकि आगे जब सुपर 8 में मैचेस शुरू होने हैं तो ऑलरेडी उनकी बात हो रही है और बाज़ औक़ात आपको एक जो मोमेंटम होता है वो शिफ्ट नहीं करना है, मोमेंटम अपनी तरफ रखना है। और हमें वेस्ट इंडीज़ का पता है कि वो जब एज अ टीम खेलती है, स्विच ऑन टाइम पे होते हैं, तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा मिरेकल करते हैं। जैसे लास्ट टाइम में मुश्किल हालात में थे, लेकिन वो जो हमने देखा उनकी स्ट्रेटजी चेंज हो रही है, ख़ास तौर पे बैटिंग में। एक दो बैटर जो हैं जो कि लंबा खेलते हैं, बॉलिंग का हमें पता है उनके पास अकील हुसैन जैसे स्पिनर मौजूद हैं, जो कि उन्होंने एक अच्छी स्ट्रेटजी बनाई है कि वो शुरू से आते हैं और आके वो टीमों को, बैटर्स को बैकफुट पे करते हैं। लेकिन मैं आई होप कि अच्छा मैच हो, को रन्स हो, नहीं हो 200 रन्स हो, नहीं हो लेकिन कम से कम 180 190 तो हो।
Right, Professor, coming to you with the same question, I think it's about time कि हम दोनों टीम्स की तरफ से, और हम इन्हीं टीम से एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं to get that score going upwards. We know what West Indies can do with the bat. We know what Afghanistan can now do with their openers, with their all-rounders. So all in all, are you hoping for a high scorer as well, 200 plus?
देखिए, कैरेबियन कंडीशन में जब भी आप जाएंगे तो जो आपको वेन्यू, जो आपको सबसे ज़्यादा बैटिंग ट्रैक मिलेगा वो सेंट लूसिया। तो अगर वो है तो आज का मैच इसलिए भी एक्साइटमेंट के साथ भरा पड़ा हुआ है क्योंकि दोनों टीमों के अंदर जो फायर पावर है वो मौजूद है एज ए बैट्समैन। अगर आप वेस्ट इंडीज़ की तरफ जाएं तो दे आर फेमस फॉर देयर हार्ड हिटिंग एबिलिटी, और अगर हम अफगानिस्तान की तरफ जाएं, दे हैव देयर ओपनर्स, दे आर डूइंग वेरी गुड जॉब फॉर द टीम। एंड आई बिलीव इट विल गिव देम अ साइकोलॉजिकली एज टू विन दिस गेम, बिकॉज इस ग्रुप को टॉप करने में देयर इज ऑलवेज समथिंग यू कैरी विद यू, दैट मोमेंटम विल रिमेन विद यू, and you want to have the same confident feeling going into the Super 8. So I think no team will take it easier or lighter, but for sure seems like it's going to be one of the clash कि दोनों टीमें चाहती हैं ये मैच खेलना, अच्छा फिनिश करना इस स्टेज को, इस ग्रुप स्टेज को, और सुपर 8 के लिए एक मोमेंटम लेके जाना। तो दोनों टीमों के पास बड़ी एक्साइटमेंट वाले प्लेयर मौजूद हैं, और एज ए फ़ैन हम चाहते हैं कि जैसे इंडिया पाकिस्तान का क्लैश के अंदर आपकी एक्साइटमेंट बरकरार रहती है, इसी तरह ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंग्लैंड के मैच के अंदर आपकी एक्साइटमेंट हमेशा रहती है। ये भी एक ऐसा मैच है जो दोनों टीमें चाहेंगी, या दोनों टीमों के फ़ैन ये चाहेंगे कि वो जीत के आगे जाए।
And expect a big home crowd in the favor of the home team, and we've seen crowds have not disappointed, especially in that USA leg, although the pitches were not favorable for a lot of teams and they were confused. The fans were a bit upset as well, but when it comes to West Indies, we've seen fans coming in all their glory and supporting their home team. Let's take a look at what the history is of both these teams in World Cups. Erin, not a lot to go for for Afghanistan, because of course they haven't won their last game against West Indies. But if you look at this tally, West Indies have won 4 out of the 7 games, so pretty close on the head-to-head, and I think that's what we're expecting going into this contest as well, that we see a game that is even by all means. And it's a bit hard to make analysis on what both these teams will do today, this morning, Marty. But coming to you with your predictions, which team on paper do you think might have the upper hand? Because the head-to-head tells us it's been even so far. West Indies have won 4 out of 7 times, but Afghanistan are on a momentum right now.
Yeah, head-to-head doesn't matter in this instance here. I mean, that's all behind them. Different teams, different tournament. It's all ahead of them now. It's whoever turns up on the day. On paper, I think it's pretty even. We know Afghanistan are playing really, really good cricket. Obviously, Ramana Gobaz is, striking them as clean as ever at the top of the order there, and they've got their seam bowling attack of Fazal Haq Faruqi, Naveen ul-Haq, they're bowling extremely well, and of course we can't forget Rashid Khan. Yeah. So it is going to be pretty even, and saying that, we know what the West Indies batsmen can do. They can take games away from you very, very quickly with their raw power and the sheer way that they play the game. So for me, it is very even, and I'm sort of sitting on the fence at the moment. You may have to ask me later on in the show who's going to win, because I'm just not quite sure yet.
And given that they're going to be in different pools when it comes to the Super 8s, it's a chance to see each other and have a competition. Yeah. Maybe they'll find each other in the final, who knows, but this is an opportunity to actually face off against each other, get one up and take that momentum into their separate pools that we now know when we do head to Super 8s. But one thing that's been so impressive about Afghanistan compared to the many other nations going around is the fact that their top order are firing. So many of the nations have not managed to get their batters in that top 3, top 4, consistently making runs. But Ramana Gurbaz, he has been unbelievable up the top of the order. As we look at the leading runs in this edition of the tournament, ICC T20 World Cup 2024, of course, Ramana Gurbaz up the top there in only 3 innings. He's got 167 runs, averaging over 55, Yunus Khan, but that strike rate of 154. He's in very good company with the likes of Marcus Stoinis, Travis Head, that should be there, Aaron Jones of the USA, and Brandon McMullen. How important is Gurbaz in terms of Afghanistan getting off to that absolute flyer and then being able to defend it with the ball time after time?
We know that Rahmanullah Gurbaz is the match winner, and the way he plays, in the past he was playing that cross batted shots, but now he knows what kind of intent and what kind of strike rate he needs. And especially, look, in these pitches it's not easy to bat on, especially with the new ball. Sometimes it's moisture, sometimes it's uneven pitch. The bounce is getting low and high, but he used his shape accordingly, and sometimes he plays through the line, and then his cross batted shots, as he have that get room, he goes for that big shot. So it is a beauty of his batting. He knows that the team needs big innings from him, so that's why he is different in this World Cup, and he performed accordingly for his team.
It's such a powerful striker, Roha, for such a relatively small human being as well. I think that's what's so impressive about him, is the way that he generates that power and that ability to clear the boundary, even though he's not 6 foot whatever, like some of the other, like Marcus Stoinis, for example, completely different size and build, but he's so impressive, and to be so consistent.
Good things come in small packages, don't they? But you're right about the fact, I mean, we don't expect those maximums coming off of his bat, but then he does it, and he does it in every game, and across franchise cricket we have seen him develop that ability, and even some of the other batters. But speaking of Afghanistan, Professor, not only are they unbeaten so far, not only are they leading in that runs tally in this World Cup, लेकिन विकेट टेकिंग टैली में भी अफगानिस्तान लीड कर रहे हैं, ऑल थैंक्स टू फजल हक फारूकी who has been on fire in this World Cup. 3 games, 12 wickets to his name, and each spell is better than the last one, and it doesn't matter opponent कौन है. Fazal Haq Farooqi has to get Afghanistan that start with the new ball, and of course coming in later also in the innings. कितना critical हैं वो अभी तक इस कैंपेन के लिए अफगानिस्तान की, और आगे सुपर 8 में कितना इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होगा इनका.
लेकिन so far he's doing a great job for the team. He's using the new ball very well. He operating the swing both ways with the ball in his hand. So I think at the moment he's very crucial to get that momentum for the Afghanistan team, and at the moment he would like to continue the same momentum, because whatever he's doing he's working well, because what he's trying to swing the new ball in the first 2 overs, जिसकी वजह से he is getting more success.
And he is averaging 3.5.
वो तो देखें, जब आप आउट करने पे जाएंगे तो आपकी हर चीज़ ठीक होगी, बिकॉज हिज एबिलिटी, हिज कॉन्फिडेंस इज़ हाई एट द मोमेंट. जब कोई बैट्समैन है उसका वो जो पर्पल पैच चलता है उसके लिए कंडीशन इररेलेवेंट हो जाती है. इसी तरह जब आपको एज ए बॉलर आपका ऑपरेशन ठीक हो रहा होता है विद द बॉल, जब आपकी जो भी बॉल आप फेंक रहे हैं, जो दिमाग आपका सोच रहा है वो ऑटोमेटिकली रिजल्ट बॉडी प्रोड्यूस कर रही है. This is where you get into the purple patch as a player. So I think he's at the moment with a great confidence under his belt, because he's getting wickets, he's doing the job for the team. So what else you want? I think he should continue whatever he's doing. No one should go to him and teach him something differently, because whatever he's doing fantastically well for the team. So I wish him all the best. It's really heartening to see someone is doing well as a youngster of the game, because the 2 years ago people were not aware of Fazil Haq Farooqi. And now he's shining as a star of international cricket. So it is something very special to watch. और जो हम बात करते हैं that a journey to remember, a journey to cherish, I think he is one of those. From nowhere at the international level, this guy is making a progress in each and every game he plays.
And of course being beautifully supported by his partner on the other end, Naveen ul Haq. We've also talked about him a lot. We've seen his bowling as well, and what it has done, what damage it has done to other teams in this World Cup so far. But can't wait to see this match going. Some runs are due, as Erin Holland just said. Time for a short break here on Vantage Developers presents Game On.
Well, good morning and welcome back to Vantage Developers Presents Game On Here. We're building up to the last clash of the group stages of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. It is Afghanistan taking on the West Indies at St Lucia at our very own Darren Sammy Stadium, albeit what a wonderful venue for a hopefully high-scoring clash. We are wanting runs, we're due runs in this edition of the tournament, and you just feel with these two sides, Roha, going head-to-head, that's exactly what we're going to get. We've got the top order of Afghanistan firing with Ramanullah Gurbaz, who's been unbelievable, with Ibrahim Zadran as well, and then of course you've got the West Indies. They are custom built for this format of the game to hit sixes. I think Nicholas Pooran, I'm just putting it out there, I think it's his day and I'm looking forward to some epic maximums. But you know, one thing, Roha, that the Afghanistan are going to have to deal with is the fact that not only have they got the best bowlers in the competition, they've got the best batters in the competition, and they're supported in Fazl Haq Farooqi being the leading wicket taker. But Naveen ul Haq up the other end is the most economical bowler in the tournament at the moment thus far. So Marty, as a batter, coming in and facing the likes of that, let's take a little look at exactly just how well he's done. He's done 7.5 overs, only 18 runs. He's taken 4 wickets, not as many as Farooqi. But look at that economy, 2.29. Where do you score off him at the moment?
Yeah, well, he's proving a great support for Farooqi, isn't he? He's creating pressure through dot balls, and Farooqi is reaping the rewards for that pressure that he's being created at the other end. So it's a great 1-2 punch for Afghanistan, and they'll want that to keep going today. But yeah, I mean, I faced Naveen ul Haq only in the nets. I played with him at Quetta 2 PSLs ago, and yeah, he's a funny sort of bowler. It's almost a little bit like facing Jasprit Bumrah. Very odd action, ball's always sort of coming back in at you, and yeah, he's got this same sort of slower ball where he's got this wrist that it's quite a floppy when he bowls a slower ball, and it just comes out slow and actually grips off the surface, and you know, creates a little bit more difference off the wicket as well. So you know, he's a very smart bowler, and he's really come along in the last year or so. So I'm interested to see how if he can keep that sort of bowling up against this powerful West Indies batting lineup.
And there should also almost be another column, Roha, where it has number of wickets that he was a part of because of the pressure he was putting on at the other end. And why we talk about bowling in partnership in tandem is so incredibly important. You might not get the actual wicket in your column, but the pressure that you were able to exude at the other end has therefore brought the downfall of that wicket.
And we can see why Afghanistan are the team that's leading when taking the most wickets in every power play in this World Cup. That's what makes them so dangerous. 13 wickets अभी तक अफगानिस्तान के टैली में आई है पावर प्ले में because of how incredible फजल हक फारूकी, नवीन उल हक, एक तरफ से वो प्रेशर क्रिएट करते हैं नवीन with the dot ball, and of course फजल हक फारूकी then making the batters make a mistake, trapping them, and then of course getting those wickets. कितनी important है ये with the ball जब आपने आते साथ ही प्रेशर भी क्रिएट करना है आगे आने वाली टीम में, एंड वेस्ट इंडीज इस प्रेशर के साथ कैसे डील करेंगे अर्ली ऑन, बिकॉज वी आर नोन कि दे गो फॉर द बिग शॉट्स and they do it as soon as they're on the crease. Do you think this might be something that the bowlers will be able to exploit?
रोहत T20 में देखें आपके पास टाइम कम होता है, तो जब आप एक दफ़ा आपके पावर प्ले में ही 2 से 3 आउट हो जाते हैं, तो क्योंकि आप पावर प्ले सारी टीम चाहती हैं कि उसको कैच कर सकें, और सब प्लान करते हैं कि अगर 6 ओवर में ठीक है 60 रन ना बने तो अराउंड 40 से 45 रन ज़रूर बने, क्योंकि कंडीशन थोड़ी सी चेंज है यहाँ वेस्ट इंडीज़ की, लेकिन अराउंड रन बॉल से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. तो जब वहाँ पे आपको विकेट्स मिल जाती हैं तो एज अ बॉलिंग यूनिट, तो फिर आपको लगता है कि अब ये जाके रन नहीं होने हैं. तो यही वो ब्यूटी है जब आपके देखें, हम अगर अफगानिस्तान की टीम की बात कर रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे बॉलर्स भी मौजूद हैं इस लिस्ट में और बैटर्स भी मौजूद हैं. इनका बड़ा सिंपल है, जो बाज़ मैं कहता हूँ ना कि ये बिल्कुल फुट सेट पे जा रहे हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया के, कि बैटिंग करने आते हैं तो एक टून सेट कर देते हैं और उसके बाद जब वो बॉलिंग पे आते हैं तो एग्जैक्टली यही करते हैं. तो मेरे ख्याल से अच्छी टीम तभी बनती है जब आपकी दोनों शोबों में परफॉर्मेंस हो रही होती है, बैट के साथ भी और बॉल के साथ भी. और इसी तरह हम जो बात करते हैं ना कि आपको एज अ टीम खेलना है, और फिर इनकी फील्डिंग आपने देख ली है, कैप्टनसी भी अच्छी है, और कैप्टन खुद भी उनका जब बीच में एक सिनारियो आता है, चाहे रन हुए हों नहीं हुए, वो आके विकेट्स लेते हैं. तो मेरे ख्याल से एक अच्छा पैकेज है इनका, ये उन टीमों में से है जो कि आगे जा सकती है, और जिस तरह परफॉर्म करे मुझे लगता है कि ये टॉप 4 में कहीं नज़र आ रहे हैं मुझे टीम अफगानिस्तान.
एंड बिल्कुल इनके इफ़ वी कुड हैव दिस टैली अप अगेन, ये जो भी हमने स्टैट्स दिखाए हैं मोस्ट विकेट्स इन पावर प्ले, बिल्कुल उनसे नीचे बांग्लादेश हैं विथ 12 विकेट्स सो फार इन दैट पावर प्ले फेज. and number 3 पे Netherlands हैं with 10 wickets and उसके बाद पाकिस्तान का number भी they are also tying with Netherlands as far as attacking in those early overs go. Hafiz, ये कितना important है because इसमें of course Netherlands, Pakistan they haven't gone forward in the World Cup, but this shows that it's not all about your bowlers getting you those starts. It's also about what you do in those middle overs, especially where the spinners come into play. यहाँ पे बाकी टीम्स में और अफगानिस्तान में फिर ये डिफरेंस आपको नजर
देखिए अभी तो आपने बात की पहले पावर प्ले में आउट करने की, वो बहुत अहम रोल प्ले करता है क्योंकि जब आप इम्पैक्ट डालते हैं एज ए बॉलिंग यूनिट और आप 3 आउट कर देते हैं अपोजिशन की, तो आप उनकी एक किस्म की जो स्टार्टअप उनका एक जोन है उसको तोड़ देते हैं, आप उनकी कमर तोड़ देते हैं क्योंकि उसके बाद फिर उनका रीबिल्डिंग फेज आता है जिसपे वो सोचते हैं कि यार अब हमने थोड़ा इसको एब्जॉर्ब करना है, इस प्रेशर को रिकवरी करनी है या एक रीजनेबल जगह पे जाना है। लेकिन अगर वो विकेट्स ना ली हों तो वो जो बैट्समैन आजकल के T20 के होते हैं वो पहले 5 या 6 ओवर में आपसे गेम दूर कर देते हैं। So it's very important what Afghanistan is doing and even Bangladesh is doing because of तंजीम, क्योंकि जिस तरह तंजीम बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं और उनके साथ मुस्तफ़ीज़ और तस्कीन ने बॉलिंग की है, इसलिए उनकी टीम प्रोग्रेस कर रही है कि राइट टाइम पे इम्पैक्टफुल परफॉर्मेंसेस आ रही हैं। अगर आप अफगानिस्तान की बात करें तो वो इम्पैक्ट डाला है फजल हक फारूकी ने, नवीन ने साथ में कंट्रीब्यूट किया। अगर हम बांग्लादेश की तरफ चले जाएँ, ये दोनों टीमें देखें सुपर 8 में आ रही हैं क्योंकि इनका राइट टाइम पे इम्पैक्ट है। तो बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है फर्स्ट 6 ओवर्स में, जैसे हम बात करते हैं बैटिंग में टॉन्ट सेट करने की, सिमिलर गोज एज ए बॉलिंग यूनिट। अगर आप 2 से 3 इनिशियली पहले 6 ओवर में विकेट ले लेते हैं तो जो आपका 7वें ओवर या 8वें ओवर के लिए मिडिल फेज के अंदर बॉलिंग करने वाला आता है उसका दिल जिगरा बहुत बड़ा होता है। लेकिन अगर मार पड़ी भी हो, छक्के लग रहे हो, तो 7वें और 8वें ओवर करने वाला बंदा भी डर के बॉलिंग कर रहा होता है या थोड़ा सा उसको हिचकिचाहट हो रही होती है। तो मुझे लगता है कि इनका ये एक पूरा कॉम्प्लीमेंट है टू ईच अदर एज ए टीम कि इनिशियल स्टेज के ऊपर फजल हक फारूकी इज डूइंग द डैमेज फॉर द टीम एंड देन एज ही गोज ऑन लाइक ही लीव्स दैट बॉल आफ्टर 6 ओवर, देन राशिद खान, नबी, ये सब लोग बीच में प्ले करते हैं और अपना जो है कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। तो इसलिए एज ए टीम मुझे लगता है कि इनका अगर इनकी बॉलिंग को देखूँ तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि किसी और टीम के पास इतनी वैरायटी मौजूद है कि वो किसी भी टीम को चैलेंज कर सके।
Well, Afghanistan players, they're brilliant individually and they're brilliant together. That's what's working for them in this World Cup. The teamwork, the partnerships, and we can't wait to see what happens when they take on the might of the West Indies. एक छोटी सी break यहाँ पे लेंगे only on Vantage Developers presents Game On, and when we come back, lots more in this build-up. Don't go anywhere.
A very warm welcome back to Vantage Developers presents Game On Hair, building up to our last clash of the rounds of the T20 World Cup. Those group stages, it is Afghanistan taking on the might of the West Indies, but they're at home. They're going to have their crowd in. They're going to hopefully have some batting-friendly conditions at the Darren Sammy Stadium, and it's all to play for as to who will finish on top of Group C. Lots on offer today, and we've spoken in depth already in this pre-show about how strong the Afghanistan bowling unit has been in its entirety, and they're going to need every little bit of that bowling brilliance if they're going to get up above what's long been the prototype of a perfect T20 batting lineup, you'd have to say. Yeah. The West Indies players, they play all around the world. They're some of the most devastating power hitters in the world, on the planet, particularly when it comes to this shortest format of the game. But I want to draw our attention now to a little stat that we've got about the team bowling strike rate, because both of our sides are in this graphic today, sitting second and third on the most potent bowling attacks in terms of the strike rate. And look at that there. The West Indies sitting in second. Their strike rate of 12.5 at an economy of 5.1. That's how often they are striking with the ball. But just behind them are Afghanistan Mahdi with a strike rate of 13 at an economy of 5. I mean, nothing in it looking at those stats today, looking at two of the best bowling sides going head to head. Who wins out today in your mind? Who's got what it takes in these particular conditions to get the job done?
Yeah, and this is only spin bowlers as well. So, you know, Akil, I mean, I'm not sure we can actually call him a spinner. He actually just tries to swing it up front with the new ball. But he's done a fantastic job for the West Indies and has done for the, you know, the last few years he's been playing. And he continues to do it in franchise cricket around the world. But he's been impressive in this World Cup, swinging the ball back in. Guys trying to cut him playing the first line, trying to cut him off the stumps and just getting cleaned up. And then when the wicket has permitted, he's actually tried to spin it and has got the ball to hold up nicely off the wicket. So he's done really well. Roston Chase has also bowled a few overs in there, and of course Gudakesh Moti as well has bowled some fantastic left arm orthodox and been quite a handful on these Caribbean wickets. And then if we look at Afghanistan, I mean Rashid Khan, Noor Ahmed, Mohammad Nabi and Mujibur Rahman. I mean, he's not playing this game. He's out of the tournament. But what a quartet of spinners that is to have in your side. I mean, they're pretty sport for choice. Jonathan Trott in Afghanistan. So, yeah. I mean, there's nothing in it. And you know, whoever plays the spin and whoever bats the best today is probably going to win the game.
When you say it like that, they just have all the arsenal, don't they, Roha? Yeah. And there's no weakness now that they've got the improvement in the fast bowlers as well with the new ball. We always knew that they were fantastic spinners, masters of spin, but now to have such strong paces, there's just no weakness.
There's no weakness apparent. I mean, let's see what happens when they face a West Indies, because हमने भी spin का strike rate देखा है यूनिस. West Indies not too bad for them. हमने अकील हुसैन की भी बात की, पर हमने अफगानिस्तान का जो आर्सेनल है spin का उसकी भी बात की. But what Martin said, I think that's going to be key. आपका इस पे क्या opinion है? Whoever plays that spin better between the two teams, because on paper इन दोनों का स्पिन अटैक हमने भी इन ग्राफिक्स में भी देखा कि ऑलमोस्ट सेम है, नॉट मच ऑफ अ डिफरेंस. वेस्ट इंडीज का 12.5 है और अफगानिस्तान का 13 है, तकरीबन सेम है. इट्स ऑल गोइंग टू बी डाउन टू हु प्लेज दैट स्पिन बेटर, हु डजंट गेट ट्रैप्ड एंड हु सेव्स देयर विकेट्स इन द एंड.
देखिए, मैं यहाँ पे अगर मैं बात करूँ कि जिस तरह वेस्ट इंडीज़ ने लास्ट मैच खेला है और वहाँ पे उनके मिडिल फेज़ में नहीं थे, लेकिन अभी मैं उनको ये देख रहा हूँ कि उनको एक रोल दिया गया है और उनको अब पता है, उनके बैटर्स को ख़ास तौर पे पता है कि ये जो 7 से 15 आवर्स का ये जो मिडिल फेज़ है इसको कैसे खेलना है. पास में हम देखते थे कि या वो ब्लॉक करते थे और अदर दे गो फॉर बिग शॉट्स, तो वो डॉट बॉल्स का जो है वो ज़्यादा वहाँ पे मार्जिन होता था. अब नहीं है. अब हम देख रहे हैं कि रोस्टन चेस का आना और रदरफोर्ड का जिस तरह वो खेल रहे होते हैं सिंगल डबल, और फिर जब उनको पता है कि उनकी स्ट्रेंथ है, जैसा उनको थोड़ा सा रूम मिलता है या बैक पे बॉल मिलता है वो छक्के के लिए जाते हैं. तो ये उन्होंने एक अपने आप को इवॉल्व किया है ख़ासतौर पे उनके बैटर्स ने जो मिडल में है. तो ये फ़ायदा है उनको जो मैं देख रहा हूँ इस वक्त कि प्लानिंग नज़र आ रही है. उससे पहले अपने जोन में खेलते थे, आते थे, बिग शॉट्स खेलते थे. और जहाँ मैं अफ़गानिस्तान की बात करूँ, अफ़गानिस्तान की कंडीशन ज़्यादातर वो यूएई में खेलते हैं, उनके पास क्वालिटी स्पिनर्स हैं, नेट्स में भी खेलते हैं. तो मेरे ख्याल से देखें इस वक्त अगर हम टीम्स को देखें तो दोनों ही इवन नज़र आ रही हैं. अगर वेस्ट इंडीज़ की बात करें कि देखो 2 दफ़ा के चैम्पियंस हैं और डेरन सेमी जैसा उनके पास एक मेंटोर बैठा हुआ है, कोच बैठा हुआ है, तो वो उनको गाइड कर रहे हैं. लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से देखिए ये दोनों टीमें इसीलिए बहुत कंपोज लग रही है कि हम ऊपर से तो बात कर रहे हैं कि ठीक है बैटिंग में ये टोन सेट कर देते हैं, फिर बॉलिंग में भी शुरू से टोन सेट कर देते हैं, और इवन इनके पास अगर पावर हिटिंग की बात करें तो इनके पास भी मौजूद है. लेकिन होता क्या है कि जो भी टीम मिडिल फेज़ में अच्छा खेलती है तो वो कहीं ना कहीं आपको नज़र आ रही है कि ये मुश्किल टीम है, और दोनों ने इसी तरह किया. दो के अब टीम अफगानिस्तान की बात करूं तो उन पे वो प्रेशर अभी तक नहीं आया, लेकिन अगर मैं टीम वेस्ट इंडीज़ की बात करूं तो उन पे वो प्रेशर आ चुका है. पहले पीएनजी के मैच में जिस तरह खेलें, लास्ट मैच में जिस तरह वो खेले, तो मेरे ख्याल से लेकिन ये है कि ये जैसे जैसे आप प्रोग्रेस होते जाते हैं टूर्नामेंट में, इवेंट में, तो पिचेस भी आपको थोड़ी बेहतर कंडीशन में मिल रही होती हैं. और आई होप कि ये इसी तरह अगर खेलते रहेंगे तो ये बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्रेस करेंगे अपने ग्रुप्स में.
Right, we're talking about the spin strike rate.
Shock me.
Let's talk
Eunice
the
talking
all-rounder
about the spin.
who has trapped so many batters with the ball. Of course, made it difficult for the spinners to bowl to him as well. In conditions में, क्योंकि कहना बहुत मुश्किल है इस time पे. On paper, the stats are very close. The head-to-head is almost similar. Who is a better team today? Who should we root for today?
Hard to judge, but मुझे लगता है वेस्ट इंडीज़ विल बी द बेटर टीम टुनाइट. मुझे ये लगता है कि अगर मैं उसकी तरफ जाऊँ वेस्ट इंडीज़ की तरफ, दे हैव अ कंप्लीट टीम व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द बैटिंग, बिकॉज इस ट्रैक के ऊपर आपकी बैटिंग जो है उसका इम्पैक्ट ज़रूरी है. अगर उन्होंने 180 या 200 रन लगा दिए इस पिच पे तो उनकी बॉलिंग रोक सकती है, और अगर उनकी बॉलिंग को अफगानिस्तान कर गई 170 या 180, इनकी बैटिंग कर सकती है. लेकिन अफगानिस्तान की बैटिंग इज़ टोटली रिलाइंग ऑन द ओपनर एट द मोमेंट सो फार, और मुझे नहीं लगता कि इनकी निचली बैटिंग की इतनी ज़्यादा लंबी बारी आई भी अभी तक. तो ये एक कंसर्न पॉइंट है. मुझे लगता है कि जैसे रदरफर्ड ने एक इनिंग्स खेली भी है, पूर एंड स्टिल येट टू फायर. ब्रेंडन किंग, वी ऑल नो हाउ डिस्ट्रक्टिव ही कुड बी. तो इनके पास वो तमाम, अगर रसल ने अभी तक वो अपना जो तड़का है वो अभी तक नहीं लगाया हुआ, तो मुझे ये लगता है कि अगर मैं कंप्लीट टीम की तरफ जाऊं तो आई वुड गो विद वेस्ट इंडीज
because of their batting depth and their batters who can close games. Because as Hafiz said, we haven't seen Afghanistan batters really get that opportunity to close games, and the all-rounders are yet
Yeah.
to fire with the bat.
But why we worry? We have this guy who he knows everything.
can see into the
He will be
future.
just he see the future. He is our prediction guru. So he will be predict us who is winning. It's very simple.
Well, that was my next question, Marty. Is this a game which Afghanistan would like to win the toss and bowl first, just knowing that bowling is their strength to give them less runs to chase? Or what does your oracle prediction
Yeah.
tell us? I know it's the early hours of the morning, but can it switch on just to give us a good prediction?
Please.
Yeah, it's a tough one because obviously their opening partnership with the bat has done wonders for their team as well. I mean, put up 150 and over 100 in the first two games, so they can win the game, from that partnership as well. So it's that their middle order hasn't had much of an opportunity, but neither's any other middle order in this competition. It's been so bowler dominated, and we're hoping that today it can be a really batter friendly wicket. So I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go with my gut and say the West Indies are going to take this one out.
Yunus Bhai?
There is, West Indies.
You
will
have
be
to
winning.
say something. You can't sit on
For
the
me,
fence.
for me, I love to the captain win the toss. He can
You
elect the
have
bat.
to tell us who is winning.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
so-
I'm going to go Afghanistan as well. I think they're just too good at the moment.
So
Raha?
two for West Indies, 2 for Afghanistan. I have the tiebreaker.
You stayed neutral.
No.
Neutrals are winning everywhere.
I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this match, but I think I'm more inclined towards West Indies. I want them to win because, they deserve it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them get that glory back. The last World Cup, we really missed them in the 50-over format, so I can't wait to see what they do with this opportunity, because of course the home conditions will be there as well. But gentlemen, thank you. You're already wearing some rune, some rust, some channeling your
It's a bit West Indies colours, isn't it?
channeling that Caribbean. But thank you so much once again for your time this early in the morning, Erin. Thank you so much for being a wonderful co-host. And this was our pre-show. I hope you all enjoy all the action only on PTV Sports. This is us signing off from Vantage Developers presents Game On Here.